Nanny Cindy came rushing back, her face pale and her hands trembling as she dialed Matthew, her boyfriend, the local sheriff. Her voice cracked with panic as she explained the situation, her words stumbling over each other. "Matthew, it's Mary. She's gone. I don't know what happened. Please, come quick," she cried. Within minutes, Matthew arrived. He took control, calming the rising panic in the park. He carefully collected Mary's blue dress, bagging it for investigation as I stood there in disbelief, feeling the weight of everything crashing down around me. The days blurred into weeks into months, and soon 2 years had passed. I had grown restless in my own home, feeling the restless and heavy suffocating grip of restriction. My parents had grown protective, setting curfews as if darkness itself was the enemy. Every evening, once the clock struck 5, I wasn't allowed to step outside. Dad was away on business again, and Mom wouldn't be home for a while. I sat at my window alone, grounded not in punishment, but trapped by fear. My eyes fixated on the one place I couldn't stop thinking about, Granny's house. The park we once played in was now abandoned, overrun with weeds and silence. Children had continued to go missing, vanishing without a trace. The park had become a ghost town, a place where laughter had been swallowed by fear. But I hadn't let go, not after what happened to Mary. I knew something was wrong with Granny. I didn't care how kind and calm she seemed to others. There was something monstrous about her, hidden beneath her pleasant exterior. I could never shake the feeling of dread that crept in every time I saw her, especially when she smiled. I couldn't understand how Nanny Cindy coped with her every day. Cindy was young, vibrant, and caring, always looking out for me. She had a loving relationship with Matthew, who picked her up after work, driving her home like a knight with his princess. Why did she stay with Granny? Rumors had swirled that Granny was rich, that maybe Cindy was paid a small fortune to keep Granny company and look after her. But I knew money wasn't the only thing Granny was hiding. And then, as I stared out the window, something changed. My heart nearly stopped when I saw it. A splash of blood on the white wall inside Granny's house. It was faint, but unmistakable. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. What was happening in there? This was it. This was my chance. I could finally uncover the truth about Granny and what happened to Mary. My mind raced. My hands trembled as I opened the front door and stepped out. Grabbing my keys, I hurried downstairs, determined to get inside, into the cold evening air. I had to know. I had to find out what Granny was hiding. When I reached her front door, it was locked. I tried the windows, but it was also locked. My heart skipped as I tiptoed around the house, my eyes scanning for another way in. Finally, I reached the back door, and to my shock, it was unlocked. I paused, my hand on the door handle, fear coiling in my stomach, but I couldn't turn back now. I pushed the door open slowly, the creaking sound echoing in the empty air. The house was dark, silent, but the smell, a heavy metallic scent, hit me immediately. Blood. With every step I took inside, the silence seemed to grow heavier, suffocating. I could feel something watching me, lurking just out of sight. My palms were slick with sweat as I crept deeper into the house, my heart racing. I wasn't sure what I was going to find, but I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't leaving until I uncovered the truth about Granny. And then, as I turned the corner into the living room, I saw it, something I could never unsee. I realized this was much worse than I ever imagined. Her face like that of a monster. Then it switched back to her normal face, as she called my name, Lucy. Smiling, in abrupt fear, I quickly slammed the door on her, screaming, "Help! A monster!" while I took to my heels. Watch out for part 3. Please like and subscribe.